Hey guys, live from Studio 104. My name is Josh. This is Youth Night Live. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're actually live this week. I'm here at our brand new studio in the church, and I am so glad that you guys are tuning in. This is going to be a little bit of a different night, but it's going to have all the things that you guys know and love from Youth Night Live. We're going to have some awesome games, some giveaways. We are going to have some of our more senior spotlights, awesome message, and as always, we are going to send you guys off to small groups when this is done. It is now time for some of these. We haven't done this in a while, but I know you guys remember. It's time for the announcements! I heard it. I heard it through the camera. Okay, I didn't really hear it, but I could feel it deep down in my soul. All right. So it's time for some announcements. And the first one, beep. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell so that you get notified every time we put up a video. Hey, we hit a milestone. This week we hit over 100 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for everyone who has subscribed, who's liked a video, who's told a friend about Youth Night Live. We are so excited to break 100 subscribers. It's a huge milestone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you are not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, get signed up, and better yet, tell a friend about Youth Night Live so that they can watch as well. All right, next thing we have coming up is a summer camp update. I know a lot of people have been asking me, what's happening with Camp Tadmor? What's happening with Hume Lake? Well, right now, no news is good news. Don't have any huge updates for you other than to say that as of right now, summer camps are scheduled as normal. Now, I totally wish I could say that 100% we're going to do camp no matter what. I can't say that. But what I can say, I've talked to both Tadmor and Hume, and they've both very strongly said that we are doing everything possible to move forward and have summer camp. Now, obviously, if anything changes, we will make sure to let you know, but be encouraged that right now, as of today, both Camp Tadmor and Hume Lake are still going forward. And what I can say is that no matter what happens, we will have summer camp one way or another, no matter how it looks this summer. So, hey, you guys haven't been to church or to the annex in over a month. And one thing you may not know, or you haven't seen in a while, that there is a big construction project going on upstairs at the church. We're doing a huge second-story building with new youth space, small group rooms, a hangout room. A ton of things are happening, and they're still happening, and things are looking really cool. The church Facebook page has posted some awesome updates. I will post those to YouTube as well as to Instagram this week. We put our Facebook and YouTube links in the description box that you can like and follow us there. But there is some really cool construction going on here at the church that I can't wait for you guys to see as soon as you can come back to the church. Okay, our last announcement is this. Next week, we are starting a brand new series called What to Do When You Don't Know What to Do. Anyone in a situation like that right now? I know I am, right? It feels like we are in a time in our world where you just don't know what to do. We're going to be spending 5 weeks looking at the story in the Bible of the life of Joseph. And Joseph is a character who wound up in a bunch of crazy life scenarios where he had no clue what to do, but through it all, he trusted God and pointed others to him. So I can't wait to dive into that series next week. We'll be having some special guests teaching the messages, and it is going to be an awesome time together. All right, well, hey, I think it's time to give some stuff away. So we're going to do a giveaway right now, and this is a mystery number giveaway. So in the comment section right now, I want you to guess, in the year 2019, what was the total attendance, the entire year, of the Tribe and the Annex combined? Now, that is every single Sunday morning for the Tribe, all the people who came added together. Sunday night for the Annex, all the people who came every Sunday night added together, and both those numbers added together. Go ahead and put your guesses in the comment section right now. Because this is a one that's going to be really, really hard to guess completely on the nose, although some of you may do it, we are going to pick the closest 3 guesses and give you a gift card of your choice. Now, there's a couple seconds left to put your guesses in the comment below. Guessing is free, so go ahead and throw a number in there. It's between, here's a hint, it's between 1 and a million. Was that helpful? I don't think it was. All right, it wasn't. It's between 2 and a million. Is that helpful? No, it's not. Okay. So again, one last time. What was, for the whole year of 2019, what was the combined attendance of the Tribe and the Annex for the whole year? You got to think, we have a couple pumpkin paloozas thrown in there. We have a house party. A couple weeks we were off in the summer. Do your math. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The comment section is closed. All of our guesses are locked in. Are you guys curious what it is? All right. The total attendance in 2019 for the Tribe and the Annex is 3,290. That's a lot of pizza and a lot of donuts. So the 3 of you who are closest to 3,290, we're going to reach out to you and get you a gift card. Thanks so much for participating in our giveaway. We're going to keep having some fun and jump right into game time. Going to put this away. So we are going to play a little game of Jumbling Tower. That's right, this is off-brand Jenga. And here's what we're going to do. You can play along at home. What we're going to do is, I want you guys to guess how many of these blocks can I correctly stack before the tower falls over. All right? So, I'll tell you this. I did this myself yesterday. Wasn't super impressed with how many I got, but I had practice round, so who knows if I'll do better now. So, okay, I'm going to give this a little aligning, pull the top off. Now here's the thing. This is off-brand Jenga. When you put Jenga together, it's like this perfectly straight, wonderful tower. This thing, it already looks like it's going to fall apart. So I will give you a couple seconds in the description comment, in the chat below, to guess how many blocks am I going to be able to remove and stack before the whole thing comes tumbling down. I want you to have faith in me, but if you don't, no hard feelings. So, okay, here we go. Get your guesses in the chat right now because I'm going to get started. Let's see how we go. Okay, now, obviously, Jumbling Towers 101, you always pick from the center. That's like the first thing. So I'm going to start with a couple of our center blocks. I just have to give them a little poke to see which ones go first. All right, that one was easy. Whoa. Okay, this is 1. I did it. I got 1. All right. Sometimes blocks kind of pop out by themselves. That probably means they're good to move because it moves really easily. Okay, there we go. That's 2. I don't like how this is leaning. I feel really unsure about this. We're just going to keep going. All right, so I've gotten 2. Okay, that one feels pretty good. Whoop. Okay. That's 3. Let's see. Oh. That one feels like it's a good one to go for. That is 4. Okay. Okay, another center one. It's probably the last center one I get to do. Whew. Okay. That's 5. All right. I'm not sure what to go for next. Sometimes the bottom is the best way to go because they have so much pressure that it's going to hold the rest of the blocks in place. But it's kind of a gamble because it's also where the foundation of your tower is. So, okay. 6, feeling good. Where should I go next? Okay. Ooh. Okay, this one, there's just one little block holding this whole tower up, but that is 7. All right, this is way better than I did yesterday, so I'm feeling pretty confident right now. Let's see what else is looking good. All right, if I get this. 8. All right. Oh, man. No, oh, this one feels pretty loose. 9. Ooh. It's wobbling. I don't know if you guys can see or not. Oh no. Oh no. This could be it. Whew. All right. That was super close. 10. Double digits. All right. Oh, easy peasy at the bottom here. I didn't see that one. Let's see if this one goes. 11. All right. Let's see if I can get this one out. Get it up. 12. Woo! All right. I don't know. I'm not sure. Uh-oh. That did not go well. Okay. Everything is looking pretty. Oh, this one right here. Yeah. 13! Whew! All right. This is driving me crazy. Okay. Ooh, guys, I'm not sure. I am not sure. These all seem very crucial to the foundation and structure of our tumbling tower here. Oh. Uh-oh. Whew. Okay. Let's see if I can do 14. See if I can do this one. Oh no. Okay. I've done 14. Ah! Okay. All right. So, 14 was the number. That was fun. We are moving along. If you were on the nose or close to it, we're going to give you a gift card. Thanks for playing along. That's the most nervous I've been in a long time, so I'm glad that's over. All right, it is the time of our night where we are doing senior spotlights to the class of 2020. We love you. We are here for you. We want to make sure that you guys know how much we care about you, love you, honor you. And so every single week here at Youth Night Live, we're going to pick a couple of our awesome seniors and just spotlight them, share a little bit about their highlights, some wisdom from there, and what their plans are after high school. So we have 3 awesome seniors to spotlight tonight. Our first one is Tatum Smith, aka Tay-Tay. All right, so Tatum's highlights were Friday night football games with friends, school dances, especially winter formals, she said, because you don't have to dress nice. Amen. A rafting trip with family, and friends. And of course, best of all, Hume Lake, obviously. All right. Tatum says that her future plans are to attend Oregon State University in the fall and plan on going into the University Exploratory Program, which basically means I am undecided in my major and don't really know what my future holds. Hey, God's plan, am I right? Yes, Tatum, you are absolutely right. All right, Tatum's senior wisdom. We have some cool photos here. Aw, look at that. Baby Tatum. Tatum's senior wisdom is this. Don't be too hard on yourself. Live in the moment and have fun. Before you know it, you'll be walking across the stage, receiving your diploma, or sitting on your couch during a pandemic as a graduate. Just one of those two. So, live it up and full sends only. Thank you so much, Tatum, for that awesome wisdom. Our next senior, we have Luke Jacobson. Luke's highlights were sports, playing basketball, football, and lacrosse, going to Hume Lake, and lifeguarding in the summer. Luke's future plans are to go to the Oregon State Honors College, majoring in kinesiology with hopes of becoming a chiropractor. Luke's senior wisdom, love this picture, is this. Don't care what everyone thinks of you, but care about what the right people think of you. Now, that is some senior wisdom right there. Okay, next we have Hannah Lemley. Hannah says that her highlights were going to 5 national parks last summer. This volleyball season, she said, was the most enjoyable season I ever had. She said she met her closest friends at youth group. Same girl. And her future plans are this. Going to the Oregon Institute of Technology in the fall and majoring in diagnostic medical sonography, which is ultrasound technology. And Hannah's senior wisdom is this. One thing I wish I knew going into high school is how to prioritize. Oh, same. So those are 3 of our awesome seniors, Tatum, Luke, and Hannah. We love you. We are proud of you, and we are so excited for your future and all that God is going to do in your life this month, this week, and beyond. For the whole class of 2020, we love you guys. We care about you and can't wait to spotlight some of our seniors next week. All right. So, with that, I want to show you guys an image. This is probably something that you've seen before, maybe not all of you, but probably most of you, is this image right here. I want to ask you a question. What do you see? Take a nice, good look here. Do you see an old woman or do you see a young woman? As I'm talking, can you see either of those? And if you saw the young woman, can you now see the old woman? If you saw the old woman, can you see the young woman? Right? So, for the young woman, we have the nose here, the jawline, the hair, and the kind of poofy hair. For the old woman, we have, this is the nose and the jacket and the chin right there, right? One image, but 2 different ways to look at it. All right, I got some other fun stuff here too. All right, so check this out, right? So in this image, on this side right here, we have an elephant, and this side right here, we have a swan. But check this out. Now over here, we have elephant and swan. They're the same image, right? These two, they're the same image. You hold it one way, looks like an elephant. Hold the other way, looks like a swan. I got one more for you guys. This is really cool. Check this out, right? Over here, we got a giraffe. Over here, we got a penguin. Again, same image, just flipped around. You can look at the same thing and see two different things depending upon what? Your perspective, right? Are you looking at it this way or are you looking at it this way? What do you see when you look at this? So, life sometimes is like this. People can look at the same thing in life and have different perspectives. Maybe you've even experienced this personally. Maybe you've gone through something and a friend saw it one way and you saw it the other way. Maybe in your family, your parents decided to go on vacation somewhere and your little brothers and sisters were super excited, but you were not so excited. Again, same destination, different perspectives. You know, oftentimes in life, it can feel like things are out of our control. It can feel like things are just kind of forced upon us. But I want to talk tonight about perspective and what it means to change our perspective. Because here's our big idea. I'll just come around and say it. You can always pick your perspective. And tonight we're going to read some parts of the Bible that are going to challenge us to shift our perspective on some of the things in life and maybe to change how we are viewing certain things in life. Okay, here's a couple examples for you guys that you might remember and have gone through. For some of my high schoolers out there, anyone who went to Hume Lake last year, you guys know that it's a couple hours into our camp trip. The bus we were in, the engine caught on fire, blew up, and we were stranded on the side of the road. Now, what was your perspective in that experience? Was it, oh man, we're only a couple hours into the trip, this camp's a bust, this ruins everything, this is over, why don't we just go home, this is awful, we're stuck on the side of the road, we're going to be late, and just looking at every possible negative thing and thinking that the trip was basically ruined? Or you could view it as a little bit of an adventure. We didn't plan to pull off the side of the road and play Smash Face in the grass for several hours, but we got to. And we have an experience, a story to tell, and we still got to camp and it was fine anyways. Same event, but what is your perspective? For my middle schoolers out there, some of you went on our rafting trip last year. We've been going on rafting trips like every year since there was dinosaurs on Earth. So, you guys might remember, last year it totally rained all day long on our rafting trip. What was your perspective? Was it, oh man, we wait for rafting day all year, it's the summer, should be nice weather, but now it's raining, and this whole day was a bust, I shouldn't have signed up, it's not going to be fun, this is miserable, why am I even here? Or you can have this perspective that we're on the river, we're playing Water Wars anyways, what more is a little bit of rain? In fact, actually, the rain's going to keep it from not being like 100 degrees outside, and it feels kind of nice. And again, like we're all wearing a life vest and in the water anyways. What is a little bit more water? What is your perspective? Two different ways of looking at the same event. In anything in life, with things in our family, in our friendships, things that happen in life, what should our perspective be when things come at us? I want to read to you a verse from the Bible in the book of Colossians chapter 3. It says this, "So you have been raised with Christ. Seek the things above where Christ is, seated at the right hand of God. Set your mind on the things above, not on earthly things." Set your mind on things above. Different versions of the Bible say to fix your eyes or to change your heart to the things that are above. And I think that the wisdom from the Bible and the encouragement from the Bible is this, that no matter what is going on in our lives, whether good or bad, no matter what's going on at home or with our friends, that we always have the opportunity to pick our perspective. And as the Bible says, to set them on things above. That's talking about looking at things from God's perspective. It says not on earthly things. That means not on things as the way they appear, not on things that are common to us, but on things above, things of God, looking through God's eyes. You can always pick your perspective, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. Now, right here, this is a camera. This is actually what we film a lot of our videos for Youth Night Live on. And with this camera, like most of them do, it has a lens. But one of the cool things about this camera is that you can actually change the lens. And there are some lenses that view things super close, some lenses that view things super far away. But this camera, it can't see anything unless you put a lens on it. And we have the opportunity and the ability to change the lens of this camera, and the same light, looking at the same image out in nature, will see different perspectives based on the lens of this camera. So I want to ask you, what is your lens? How are you looking at things in your life? And tonight, I think that the Bible has a challenge for us to possibly to change the lens that we are looking at our lives, looking at our families, at our relationships, at our futures, and our present circumstances. And like a camera, we actually have the ability to change the lens that we see things in our life with. You can't always control your circumstances, but you can control your reactions. You can't always fix your problems in life, but you can decide what your attitude is. And when we talk about changing your perspective or changing your lens, we're not talking about ignoring all the bad things in life, and we're not talking about just pretending that everything is okay and it's kind of playing make-believe that nothing in life is difficult or tough. A couple weeks ago at Youth Night Live, we talked about learning to lament. That when something painful or hurtful happens in our lives, it's okay to feel those emotions, and it's okay to be real with ourselves and God about how we are feeling. Changing your perspective is not about ignoring certain things in life or only seeing the positives. And in fact, if you didn't get a chance to watch that Learning to Lament message, go ahead and look at the videos in our YouTube channel and watch it. Or even if you did, it's a great reminder for us. So, if changing your perspective isn't just ignoring the bad things or pretending that they don't matter, what does it mean? It means this, that in every situation, you can look at whatever is happening and choose your perspective. You can choose to see things in a different or better, truer way than maybe anyone else does. Now, let's look at an example of this from the Bible. That verse we read just a couple minutes ago from the book of Colossians, remember, set your mind on things above, change your perspective, that was written by a guy named Paul. Paul was a church leader, a missionary, and he wrote many of the books of our New Testament. I want to read to you something that he wrote in another book of 2 Corinthians. And in this passage of the Bible, Paul is talking about some of the crazy things that happened to him as he was traveling around the world telling people about Jesus. Listen to what Paul's life was like. He says this. I'm in 2 Corinthians chapter 11. I have been put in prison often, been whipped times without number, faced death again and again. 5 different times, Jewish leaders gave me 39 beatings. 3 times I was beaten with rods. Once I was stoned. 3 times I was shipwrecked. Once I spent a whole night and day adrift at sea. I have traveled many long journeys. I have faced danger from rivers and from robbers. I have faced danger from my own people, the Jews, as well as from the Gentiles. I have faced danger in the cities, in the desert, and on the sea. I have faced danger from men who claim to be believers, but are not. I have worked hard and long, enduring many sleepless nights. I have been hungry and thirsty, and have often gone without food. I have shivered in the cold, without enough clothing to keep warm. Wow, that is a lot for one person to go through. If that was your life and your experience, what would your perspective on your own life be? I know if it were me, I'd be super depressed, angry. I would not know how to even keep going. Here is Paul's response, and here is his perspective on all these things that happened in his life that we read just a couple verses later. He says, I am glad to boast in my weakness, so the power of Christ can work through me. That's why I take pleasure in my weakness, in insults, in hardships, in persecution, in troubles, and that I suffer for Christ. For when I am weak, then I am strong. Talk about a perspective. Going through all of that hardship, going through all of that difficulty and pain and discomfort and terrible things. And Paul's perspective is this. He said, I'm glad. And not I'm glad, I'm hyped about it. Because every time I fall short, every time I'm weak, every time that I'm not enough, it means that that is an opportunity for Jesus to come into my life and to supply what I lack. It's an opportunity for God to show up and do something in my life I never could have. Now, that is a different perspective and a different lens on life. That is looking at the things above. That is picking your perspective. So, how can we, in the midst of our lives, change our perspective? Get a new lens on what's going on in our lives. Here's a couple examples that hopefully are helpful to you. When you are in a huge blow-up argument with your parents, you can have the perspective of all of the things your parents have done and said wrong and how horrible they are and all the different things that they should have done or other parents have done. Or your perspective could be on what are things that you could change, words that you should or shouldn't say, actions that could have made the situation different. See, same situation, different perspective. What about this? What about even something simple as how you spend your time when you have a total day free to yourself in quarantine? Do you have the perspective that you'll spend your time on whatever entertains you, makes you comfortable, or makes you feel good? Or do you ask the question and think of the perspective, what's the best thing to do with this time? Or how could I glorify God with my time today? You see, everything in life changes when we change our perspective. I want to challenge you tonight to think about just what's one area that you could change your perspective. That you, like Paul did, could set your mind, change your lens to God's perspective, to the things that are above. Maybe it's with your family, with your siblings or your parents. Maybe it's with your quarantine life and just how you are viewing your day-to-day situation. Maybe it's in your future and how you're looking at all the days and months to come. Maybe it's even how you view yourself and the internal thoughts that you have about your identity and your purpose. And this is not easy. I'm not trying to say it is. And here's something I think can help you if you're having problems thinking about, well, how do I even change my perspective, or how do I know what perspective to have? It's this. In every situation, think this. How would Jesus view this situation? How would Jesus view this person? You see, as followers of Jesus, ultimately, our goal is to see the world like he did. And guys, this changes everything in life. When we choose to not look through the lens of our lives at everything in our world, through our own selfish desires, through all the things that others have done wrong to us, about all the things that appear just to be nothing but painful and difficult. When we change our lens to look at things that are above, to let Jesus be that guiding perspective in life, it changes how we see everything. It changes how we look at our family, at our friends, even changes how we look at ourselves. So, my challenge to you tonight again is to think of one thing, one area of your life, and how you could change perspective in that area. In fact, if you're feeling bold, why don't you go ahead and put one word in the comment section now of one area that you could change your perspective. In just a minute, we are going to wrap up the message. We're going to jump into the after show, do some Q&A. But before we do, I just want to read to you one last time that verse in Colossians and let it be an encouragement to you to know this, that even a guy who was beaten, thrown in jail, was shipwrecked, was starving and cold, and went through worse things than we could even imagine, he still had gladness. He still had joy because he kept his eyes on Jesus. And he saw all the ways that God could work in his life even when he was weak. And that perspective changed everything. Colossians 3, 1-2. So you have been raised with Christ. Seek the things above, where Christ is, seated at the right hand of God. Set your mind on things above, not on earthly things. Hey, change your lens and it'll change everything. Let's pray. God, we thank you so much for this time together tonight. God, we pray that you would come into our hearts, that you would change our perspective. God, it's so easy just to look at things in life, to become selfish, to get discouraged, just to view things in a negative way. But God, would we see our lives, ourselves and others, through your lens? Would we change our perspective, see things, set our minds on things above, and through everything we do, live for and honor you? Thank you, God, for this time. Amen.